yourself a fucking favor and get the fuck out of my store. Get the fuck out of here. 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 Get the fuck out. Get the fuck off the property. Not only that. Oh man, I had to actually come up today. I was really actually going to stay quiet, probably till after my birthday, which is tomorrow. Appreciate all the pre-birthday shout outs, texts and inboxes, whatever, you know. But yeah, I was going to stay quiet, but I kind of got in a mood today. Thanks, cuz. Appreciate you. Thanks for checking in tonight. Hopefully you're staying warm in your pocket of the country. It's a little nippy out there. It's a little nippy out there where you're at. And it is right now here. So, shut this down just a little bit more. Really don't need that in there like that. Yeah, man, it's cold. It's cold. So I respect anybody that stays inside right now. I mean, I respect anybody that goes outside because you're braving the storm. But, you know, I respect anybody. I'm going to let this pass. Those are people that got food and got all the resources inside. I know they did the right thing, right? They knew the storm was coming, so they did the right thing. Got all their shit so they didn't have to leave until the temperatures become humane again. Lost my snowplow guy. Well, he's really not a snowplow guy. He's just a neighborhood kid, very industrious neighborhood kid. He got hurt in a sledding accident, so I had to go out and push snow today. And fucking Amazon saying they can't get to the house because the sidewalk wasn't plowed. I'm like, ain't this a bitch? So now the sidewalk's got to be plowed for Amazon to come and drop packages off. So I had to do that. So whatever. Other than that, you know, trying to walk the... Yeah, I know. Your foot's is still on the mend. So get that foot's right and be careful out here in these cold temperatures. Hey, anonymous Facebook user. Hey, Kyra. Yeah, I decided to come up tonight because I was like, you know, I probably won't do one tomorrow. If I do one tomorrow, you know, it'll probably be kind of a recap of how my birthday went. But there were so many things that happened during the course of this week, and I really appreciate the support that I got from my great conversation with David Malcolm, the realtor, you know, my brother from the Deuce. Talked a lot about our town, our village, you know, and why we shouldn't sell grandma's house. And I realize that that's a necessity for some. Everybody's circumstances aren't the same, but you know, he gave great testament as to why we shouldn't and what we should do along the way in securing that. We're gonna have a lot more discussions like that, things that are gonna help people along the way, help people get right, because we got to get right out here. I mean, right now we are losing, we are failing in so many different areas, and it's not because we're not trying. It's just because we're not trying collectively. We need to be collective thinkers at this point. If we're going to be thinking out here, we need to think collectively. And that's a problem with Black people right now. When I'm talking Black people, I'm talking freedmen. And I want to say happy Freedman Month to all the freedmen out here. Now, I know people are celebrating Black History Month, and I get that and I'll respect that. You do what you want to do. But I'm not celebrating just the history that has been in the past. I'm celebrating making history, okay? And that's what we need to be more focused on, and not just them 3, 4, 5 individuals that they want to talk about. I had some brothers put some things up today. They said we're honoring all those slaves that built the U.S. Capitol building. All the slaves that built the U.S. Capitol building. We honoring them for Freedman Month, okay? Because they built the U.S. Capitol for free. You hear me? They built the U.S. Capitol for free. So we are honoring those. We are honoring those slaves who built the White House for free. There was no unions when they built the White House, when they built the U.S. Capitol. There was no unions. Nobody bid those jobs. We built those houses for free. The Capitol House, the White House, and so many more structures in Washington, D.C. that we built for free. Name another faction of people that has worked for free on this soil and has not been paid. I should throw that in there because everybody else has been paid that's done anything or had anything detrimental happen to them on this soil. Name one. So, with all the things that happened in the news this week, you know, we had a content creating set when we had Brother Malcolm on there. That was original content. I didn't get that from anywhere else. That was original content that came from within. We manifested that over a couple-day period, putting all that together. But see, this is content casting. See, there's a difference between content creating and content casting. Tonight, I am going to cast content. Now, I might create some things just based on my dialect, but this is content casting. Everything that I'm going to talk about has already made a news story out there. It's already been a news story, but we got to look within what happened in the news. Whoever that is that said, absolutely, I appreciate your agreeance. And I don't even know what you agreed to, but it's all good. So, got to throw Martin in there one more time. Not only that. So, when I'm looking at why Black people are not on the same page, I look at from within first. I know white supremacy has a lot to do with our disengagement, but white supremacy don't have nothing to do with us getting on code with one another. Until you start talking politically. When you start talking politically, you start talking about the people that may look like you or I, if I'm just dealing with some of our folks on this one tonight. Some people catch the cast and they might not look just like us, or they catch it when they do, you know, when it's live and they don't look like us, but they understand. When I'm talking about people that look like us, that are in political power, they don't do anything for us, those are people who help us not move as a collective. When you got your Jim Clyburns and your Tim Scotts and your Maxine Waters and your Kamala Harrises, I know there's some Democrats in there, some Republicans. Hey, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter what color you are. If you're not advocating for Black folks, it don't matter what color you are and what policy or party you belong to. You in the same fucking boat to me. And I do know, other than Tim Scott, all of those other individuals need a big faction of Black people to vote for them to be in office. Tim Scott relies on the white vote. He gets some Black voters, I'm sure, but he relies on the white vote to get in office. And because they know his booty hole is turned inside out for white folks, they gonna vote for him. Tim Scott is never, ever going to lose the white vote. He's never, ever going to lose the white vote. Absolutely not. Now, He could show up tomorrow in a dashiki and they still would fuck with Tim. Because as long as he smile and shit and show them goddamn Geechee gums, well, I shouldn't say Geechee gums because that's actually an insult to Geechees. So them Sambo gums, how many just put it out there? Them Sambo gums. That's what Tim Scott has. He has Sambo gums. He don't just want to show you all his 32. He want to show you his whole gumdom. Whack ass motherfuckers who get in office and talk directly against black folks. I'm like, how do you even go to your family cookouts? How do you even make it to your family cookouts? And I don't know if Tim Scott married. I don't know if Tim Scott's married to a white woman or not. I don't know if he's married to a white woman or not. If he is married to a white woman, okay, I can understand where he's at and how he's sunken into that space. Or if he's married to a black woman, then I'd really like to see who she is. I'd really like to see who Tim Scott's wife is, because I ain't never seen his wife before. So I ain't going to say nothing about it because I don't know her. She actually may be a radical. Doubt it, but, you know, she may be. Doubt it. But Jim Clyburn is once again showing black people he not only doesn't need to be in office, he's not one of us. He isn't one of us. He done got this shit put before Congress where they literally are talking seriously about making the Lift Every Voice and Sing a national nigga hymn. Because that's what it is. It's a nigga hymn. If they do this, what are they saying? What do we need Lift Every Voice and Sing to be the national hymn for? They just doing that for black folks. So they basically saying, let's give the niggas something. Let's give the niggas a hymn. Let's give the niggas a hymn. That's what they're doing. They're considering this shit. The Lift Every Voice Sing. Now, never mind that Joe Biden's campaign slogan was Lift Every Voice. This has nothing to do with that. These are two totally different fucked up situations for black people. And I don't know why Clyburn started this shit last year this time. Talking about we need to bring this country together. And the way we bring this country together is to have Lift Every Voice and Sing as the national hymn. Like, where is this going to be hymned at? Who's going to hum it? They're not going to do it before sporting events or concerts. They're not going to do it in schools. They don't even want American history in schools. Who's going to sing who's going to hymn Lift Every Voice and Sing? And should it be Lift Every Voice and Sing? If we're hymning, shouldn't it be Lift Every Voice and Hymn? Why the fuck are we even considering this shit? Why would this even be something on anybody's radar? That this could be a good thing. This is going to bridge the gap between races in the country. And we are going to solve some differences in the country by having Lift Every Voice and Hymn as our national hymn. I'm losing my fucking mind here, man. I mean, I understand this motherfucker is not going to ride with us on repair. He's not going to ride with us on reparations. He's not going to ride with us. I get it. But this stupid shit right here, he must just be trying to get some notches for his headstone or something. He's looking for some accolades or something. I don't know. I don't know exactly what he's trying to do with this. But a fucking hymn is nothing that freedmen need. Now, you want to go do that for some people of color? Go do that for them. Go do that for some motherfuckers who might look like us that washed up on the shores of America, that flew here to go to school and never went home. Came here with one-way tickets and never went back. Do that for them. Don't do that for freedmen. We don't need your fucking hymns. We need policy, legislation, and dollars. Period. Policy, legislation, dollars. So that's what we need. Then get the fuck out of the way. We know how to do everything else. That was Jim Clyburn. If somebody can see those hashtags, anybody see those hashtags that I did? My hands are full, so I actually got to get off of this, what I'm doing right now. But that was, I think, my first hashtag. I remember that one. I don't know what the next hashtag is that I got. If somebody can throw that in the chat. I don't know who's active in here, but I need to know. You tell me what the next hashtag is, and then I can actually tell you what I'm going to talk about. Kind of works that way. Tim Scott isn't married. Wow. Okay. He's single. I could see that. Because he's going to have to find a broad as goofy as his fucking ass is to get married. And even a white woman might not want to fuck with Tim Scott. I mean, there's reasons that white women go for black men, and Tim Scott's pretty much not one of them. He's pretty much not one of them. You know. He's just not a reason to go for. So, yeah, it is what it is. All right, nobody can see the hashtags, or nobody's dropping in the chat. So let me go. Let me slide off here. Let's see. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg. Yeah, and I don't have a whole lot to weigh in on Whoopi herself and her ignorant ass comment that she made. But the fact that she is suspended from a talk show, a gossipy talk show, the fact that they just did that because they could, because right way I look at it, Whoopi's not suspended for 2 weeks. Whoopi's suspended for $300,000. She gets $300,000 a week. I mean, $150,000 a week. About 153, I think it is. $153,000 a week. And if they suspended her, they'd probably suspend her without pay. They always suspend black people without pay. They'll suspend white people with pay, benefits, you want to go on vacation, okay. But then black people, they suspend us without pay. So we know she done got suspended and they probably didn't cut her check. Off the air, no payroll for 2 weeks. That's $300,000. That's probably going to hurt her career more than anything, just losing that $300,000. Nobody really gave a fuck about what she said because it was an ignorant ass statement. I'm sorry, but I thought Whoopi Goldberg was a converted Jew. Her name is Whoopi Goldberg. How is she so clueless on the Holocaust? I don't know. I mean, was she trying to say something to spark another conversation and then they cut her off and she never got that other part out and then it just went wild from there? Or was she really that fucked up in the game? I mean, and Whoopi's been known to just say some off the fucking cuff things, She's talking about some shit about all her husbands that she was married to. She never loved them. What the fuck you get married for, Whoopi? I mean, what the fuck did she get married for? But now she didn't love none of them. It's that weird shit that these people do. I mean, yeah. I mean, you were there. You were there at some point. You loved him at some point. But Maxine Waters ain't gonna do shit. Okay? She ain't gonna do shit but pick up her wig and pat them braids. That's all the fuck Maxine Waters gonna do. Old ass, stinking ass bitch. She need to go get about 20, 30,000 homeless people off the street tonight. Can you do that, Max? Can you do that, Auntie? Can you go put about 20, 30,000 homeless people up tonight? And then go back and get the rest of the week. Shit. She got the largest fucking homeless district of black people in the country. Your Auntie Maxine. Your Auntie Maxine. Aunties ain't you what they used to be. You know, your auntie, you could always get a place to stay with your auntie. You can't get a place to stay with Auntie Maxine. She makes sure black folks be on the street while she up there living like a fucking movie star. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Max the wig. Yeah. So Clyburn wanting to make a motherfucking him out of or make that piece. Then you have Whoopi Goldberg talking stupid about the Holocaust. I'm not even sure. I don't even know what started the conversation. But for her to get off in, oh, this wasn't about race. This wasn't about race. Like, really? Come on, Whoopi. I mean, I thought she was going to come back on track, but she didn't. So I'm thinking that there was a bigger point she was trying to make, but she just didn't make the point. So it is what it is, man. It was some Kundum shit. I mean, she went and Whoopi, you know, she's been down before. You know, she's been down. She's held her own, but you know that she ventured onto some Kundum shit, and frankly, she just made life more difficult for black folks out here. She did. She made life more difficult and shit. Because any motherfucking thing that gets said about the American Jewish community or the Jewish community at all, you let that get in your algorithm, they'll get up all in your rhythm. And she's fucked up in the game now. She's getting suspended and losing 300 grand and shit. She gonna come back. What she gonna do? The public apology tour and all that shit? I don't know. Maybe she won't say anything. Maybe they, you know, I wonder if they'll bait her and try to get her to talk about it. I don't know. It don't even fucking matter though. It don't matter. But since we are talking about racism, and you know, she said it wasn't about racism, but I want to go to something that is about racism. And that's that brother Brian Flores. And I really want to say happy, he'll never see this, but I want to say happy Freedman month to brother Brian Flores, former NFL coach, because I don't believe he's ever going to get another NFL job. Oh yeah, I think he's done in the league. But anyways, I salute him for filing a lawsuit against the whole motherfucker. He said, fuck it. I'm suing everybody. And the 3 motherfuckers who interviewed me, because they were all sham-ass interviews. And I don't know who else. He got some other people named in the goddamn thing. But I think the brother's got a case. I think he's got a case. He gave that shit to that law firm. That law firm is known. They wouldn't have taken the case if he didn't have some good information. And the way I see it, the NFL came out and said, yeah, this shit is without merit. You know, they always like to say that right at the beginning. Oh, these accusations are without merit. Now they're investigating that non-merited shit. Yeah, they said we got to look into this because motherfuckers started to come back. See, if nobody had said anything, if everybody would have just ignored it, if all these owners and these coaches and whoever would have ignored it, then the NFL would have had to say shit. But now you got motherfucking owners coming out and GMs and shit coming out saying, oh, no, I didn't do that. They having to defend themselves. Now the NFL's got to defend itself. Yeah. Brian Flores, congratulations, buddy. You just beat the NFL. Because it's coming. It's coming. He gonna win his case. I ain't worried about him. Hell, if they settled with Colin, they definitely gonna settle with Brian. He gonna get the bag and a half. Oh yeah. And whether shit changes for black coaches, black players, black executives in the NFL, who knows? But right now, I have to say the NFL took a L here. Yeah. You lost. You lost at your own fucking game, your own good boy network ass game. Mm-hmm. You know, coon ass Tiki Barber, he used to play for the Giants. Coon ass nigga talking about the Giants aren't a racist organization. Are you fucking kidding me? Tiki Barber been a coon. Everybody know Tiki Barber a coon. From his thigh-high leather boots that he was wearing on TV to all the other reckless shit that he has said. Yeah. Coon. And white women love Tiki Barber. They do. They do. You know. He's an athlete, you know, so he had that going on for him, you know. Clean cut, this, that, and the other. Yeah, they love him. Till it's time to defend him. And then Tiki's running because he don't want to get them thigh-high boots dirty. Mm-hmm. Goddamn right. Tiki's a punk. He's a punk. I ain't even worried about it. He's a punk. But yeah, he came out and said the Giants organization. How you gonna stick up for the whole organization, motherfucker? How are you gonna stick up for the organization? Because you in the media, because you in the sports realm, you want to jump in there and just stick up for a whole racist ass company? You know, you don't even play anymore. You don't owe them shit. And they definitely have to be one of the more racist organizations. Have they ever had a black head coach? I don't think so. Nope. And the guy that they did select for their head coaching job has nowhere near the credentials of Brian Flores. But they gave him the job anyway because he's Dwight. That's Dwight. Yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Who else is in here? Tim Scott. Oh, Monica said Tim Scott. Monica, I ain't even heard from you and stuff. Didn't get no reviews or nothing. Okay. Happy birthday, though. Happy birthday. Yeah, I definitely believe I'm over getting married. For sure can. Oh, God. And you know, we can't have a racist story come along and not have Jason Whitlock defend it. When you have some shit come along, you know, and you know goddamn well that black folks have been fucked over. You know Jason Whitlock can't be behind. He can't be behind. Well, he is behind. Probably way behind. Big, slow, ham hock eating ass nigga. He probably is way behind, but once he brings all that lard up, yeah, I'm fat and I'm calling him lard because I know I'm in better shape than he is. I'll fuck Jason Whitlock up. Anyways, he said some goofy ass shit. I got to read a quote. Okay, so I'll stop what I was doing. Let me read this quote because to me, when people say shit like this, you really have to wonder. You really have to wonder, like, where is his family in all of this? Brian Flores does not look like a leader of men in any of this. Does he think putting Bill Belichick in the crosshairs is fair? Brian Flores did not put Bill Belichick in the crosshairs. He's saying the crosshairs of the NFL, the crosshairs of the hierarchy of the NFL. Bill Belichick's legacy and position in the NFL is solidified. But he want to stick up for Bill Belichick. He's not sticking up for Brian Flores here. He's sticking up for Bill Belichick. Sticking up for the white man. Many people call that snitching. No, they don't. He didn't snitch on Bill. He just said he got a text message from Bill. And Bill thought it was somebody else. He thought it was the other Brian. He didn't have his Brians. He didn't have his Brian selected in his phone the right way. He should have had black Brian and he should have had white Brian. But instead, he just had Brian and he dialed the wrong number. That wasn't snitching. Many people call that snitching. And we're good with all this snitching because it harms a white person? How did it harm anybody? It ain't harmed anybody. Not yet. It could, but it won't be Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick ain't going to be implicated in anything. He was calling to congratulate the person on getting the job. He just thought he was calling the white Brian and he called the black Brian. Mistake. But the way I see that, something tells me it might have not been a mistake. We do know that Brian Flores worked for Bill Belichick. Well, yeah. I forgot when he, I believe he might have helped Bill Belichick win the Super Bowl. I think he was on his coaching staff when he won a Super Bowl. These stupid motherfuckers. I can't wait till I see one of these motherfuckers wrap their shit around a goddamn tree. I can't wait. I'm going to go out there and laugh. They get these high-powered F-150s and Dodge trucks and shit. And they can't drive a regular truck. But they get the motherfucker with the Hemi in it and all that shit. Somebody's going to wrap one around a pole, and I'm just going to walk up to the motherfucker smoking a joint. Actually, I'm just going to walk up with the joint unlit and catch a light off the smoldering vehicle. I hate them bitches. But anyways, let me see. Oh, now they got Dennis Rodman on an apology tour. He said he apologizes for saying that if Larry Bird was black, he'd just be another player. Why would he need to say that now? Why would Dennis need to say anything about it now? Such bullshit. Such bullshit. They got every black person out here apologizing for every goddamn thing. Roger Goodell said in a memo addressing the Brian Flores lawsuit, there is much work to do. You got that right. Your attorney's going to be working day and night. Got them working day and night. Report that unnamed witness heard Stephen Ross offered Brian Flores $100,000 for each motherfucking 2019 loss. Unnamed witness. That's not good. That's not good for Stephen Ross. I'm going to drive by the Stephen Ross building tonight. Yeah, you got that right. I'm going downtown. I'm riding by the Stephen Ross building tonight. Eat a dick, Stevie. Here we go. Yeah, he was a defensive assistant in 2011, 2010, 2011. Woo, he was on the staff 2004, 2005, 2000. Man, he's a 4-time Super Bowl champion. He helped Bill Belichick win 4 Super Bowls. I think Bill knew exactly who the fuck he was calling, and I think he was straight up dry snitching on the Giants. Yeah, straight up dry snitching on the Giants. Yep. You can say what you want to, but Bill Belichick a little bit too motherfucking smart to get that mixed up. That other dude's last name don't even start with an F. So he should have at least had their names Brian F and Brian, whatever that other motherfucker's name is. I don't even know his other motherfucker. All I know his name is Brian. And if he didn't have him in there as Black Brian and White Brian, trust me, Bill Belichick done called that number so many goddamn times. They already got text history. He didn't call that number naked. Brian Flores probably had the same phone number for a long time, and Bill Belichick's probably had that number for a long time. He knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Jason Whitlock worried about him getting caught in the crosshairs. Oh, the crosshairs. Chitlin eating niggas. The crosshairs. Always looking out for Dwight. That's why you got your own independent show now, Jason, because Dwight didn't look out for you. Coon ass nigga. But it's okay. So Brian Flores, congratulations once again on winning your lawsuit against the NFL, because it's pretty much an open and shut case now. Roger Goodell said it's a lot of work to do, and now they talking about they got a fucking witness that heard Stephen Ross say, "I'll give you 100 bands for every game you lose." They should make that motherfucker sell the team. Make him sell the team for trying to lose games. Put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame in baseball. Let's just cross sports now. And since we're crossing sports, let's just go to Barry Bonds. Yeah, Barry Bonds didn't get into the Hall of Fame again. And it's expired now. He can't get in unless the veterans, I guess, vote him in. I'm not doing this because I'm doing sports. This ain't a sports show. But Barry Bonds was the greatest home run hitter of all time. Was one of the greatest, if not the greatest hitter of all time. He just hit a lot of home runs. His on-base percentage is off this fucking planet. And he's the only nigga to ever step up to the plate with the bases loaded. And they said, no, we're not going to pitch to you. They walked the motherfucker. If anybody knows baseball, you know goddamn well when the bases are loaded and you walk the motherfucker up to bat, you scared. You scared as a motherfucker. And he's a beast. What's the worst thing that can happen? A grand slam? Yeah. They walked him with the bases loaded. You got a chance to maybe get a double play. I don't know how many outs there was when they did this. I don't remember. But I remember when it happened. The bases were loaded. If you command respect in something that you do where a motherfucker does the equivalent of walking you when the bases are loaded, you a fucking boss. And they don't want him in the Hall of Fame? Yeah, okay. But you let David Ortiz get in? Yeah, okay. You let Pudge Rodriguez get in? Okay. What's that other motherfucker that got in and there was allegations about him for his whole goddamn career? Jeff, the dude from Atlanta. I forgot his name. There was a ton of people that used PEDs and allegations of using PEDs their whole career. But they in. They don't want Barry in because Barry broke that goddamn record that was already broke. I mean, the record was already broke. All right? He was already broke. Hank Aaron broke the record. But see, they don't look at Hank the same way they looked at Barry. Hank was a very humble soul. He was a very humble brother. Barry was arrogant as fuck. Barry just had a typical baseball player demeanor. If you meet most baseball players are really fucking cocky. It's just in their fucking blood. You gotta be like that. I mean, you can have a humble demeanor, this, that, and the other, but when you're on that field, ain't nothing cockier than a baseball player. Football players can talk shit, basketball players can talk shit, but baseball players have a different type of cockiness to them. And Barry knew he was so goddamn good. Hey, whatever that shit he did. But see, the problem was he was going to hit them home runs anyway. Fucking taking PEDs didn't help him hit home runs. They might have helped him hit them further, which I don't know if they did or not. You still got to have the hand-eye coordination. You still got to be able to see the ball, be the ball, hit the ball. What about his fielding, though? Did steroids help him have a good glove? See, they're full of shit. Do you think Pete Rose should have been in the Hall of Fame? Absolutely. I absolutely believe Pete Rose. How do you not have the greatest hustler in the sport? Charlie Hustle was a motherfucker. He absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame. I understand the whole gambling thing, but look at it now. Look at sports betting now. You got sports betting running all the way through professional sports. Are you trying to tell me that these motherfuckers are not betting on games? Kiss my ass. They're absolutely betting on games. They're betting on themselves. They're betting on their buddies. Their buddies are calling and say, hey, man, so-and-so ain't playing tonight. We lose 10 points on that. So-and-so ain't playing tonight. He's good for a couple runs. So-and-so ain't playing tonight. Shit, he's averaging 2 touchdowns a game. Okay. Tell me motherfuckers aren't betting on the games or betting on the games that their friends play in. And yeah, okay, whatever. And I don't believe Pete Rose bet on any games for his teams to lose. And they knew that. They didn't bet on him when he played. But yes, I do believe Pete Rose deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I believe Barry Bonds deserves to be in. Roger Clemens deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I would even vouch for Sammy Sosa had he not lightened his skin. Since he lightened his skin, Sammy's out there. Sammy, you over there with your friends now, buddy. Hopefully your friends let you in. Hopefully you got on over there with the pink people. Stay on over there with the pink people. Sammy couldn't wait to retire and get white. Like, how does a motherfucker do that? We knew you as Black Sam all your career. Now you're the color of Pepto-Bismol. What the fuck? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Speaking of skin lightening, Aaliyah Taylor. Y'all probably don't remember Aaliyah Taylor. You don't have those type of memories. I get it. I remember Aaliyah Taylor because I did a whole video on Aaliyah Taylor. I did a whole video on Aaliyah Taylor and Chad Wheeler. Remember him? Y'all probably don't remember him either, do you? Y'all ain't paid to remember him. Y'all ain't paid to remember Aaliyah. Hell, I'm not paid to. But that's what I do. I remember that shit. And Aaliyah Taylor is the young black woman that was beat to a pulp by Chad Wheeler, former Seattle Seahawk, race soldier. Got him a black girlfriend. She's kind of a mammy, though. I get it. Now that I've kind of followed her for a little bit now, she's a mammy. I can see how she fell under his spell. We know how he fell under her spell. But she is lightening her skin up. She's damn near as white as he is now. And I wasn't really fucking with her. But she did some shit recently about like domestic violence. Now, we know that there's a ton of domestic violence out there, okay? There's a lot of women that are beaten in relationships. Hell, there's a lot of men that are beat in relationships. But there are a lot of women, there's a lot of black women who are beat in relationships. Now, this was a unique situation because this is a white celebrity type beating a black woman. Now, she wants to be a celebrity. If you follow her on social media, you'll tell she wants to be a celebrity. She done went out and got her some titties and shit. I think she had her booty, but the booty might be fake too. I don't know. I'm not really paying attention a lot. I know the titties are fake for sure. But she went out and got her some, some body parts. And she done mammied up to the point where now they've got her talking like, at like political shit. She's turned her ass whooping that she took and got everybody to feel bad for her. Now she's turned that into part of her career. She's now making her rounds to talk about domestic violence, but she's doing it in a very, very celebrity type way. You wouldn't even remember her because the last time we seen her, she had them 1s and 2s on her face. Now you'll see her. Oh my goodness, she's 2 shades lighter. She's 2 fucking shades lighter, and it's a goddamn shame. It's a goddamn shame that she has resorted. Well, I don't think she resorted. I think she was already in that stage. But when we saw her, she didn't have no makeup on. When we saw her after she had been 2-pieced up, we just saw the wounds and her real skin tone. Now, if you see her, she looks like them liquor store candy bars after they've been in there for a while. You know what the candy bars in the liquor stores look like once they sat in there for a while and you peel them back? It don't be like that brown chocolate. It's like that shit looks pasty. You can still see the brown, but it's kind of pasty. Almost looks like motherfucking candy bar went to a funeral home and shit, and they put makeup on the motherfucker. I'm just saying. She's all fucked up out here trying to cape. And I'm not saying caping for domestic violence, but she's caping for these fucking politicians. See, they got these campaigns about domestic violence and they want to throw that up. But I haven't seen any campaign about black women being beat, especially black women being beat by white men, because that became a fad in 21, part of 20 and part of 21, where there were a lot of celebrity types beating the shit out of black women. Not a lot of people said shit about it. I did videos on it, but other people weren't really saying shit about it. But there was a slew of black women getting their ass beat by Dwight. Dwight. Y'all know. And I know y'all talk about this shit at work. Y'all be talking about this shit, but you really can't say nothing that you really want to say. But yeah, she out there. She out there now. She's not helping sisters out, because sisters that are in dire need of assistance, they're going to get thrown into this, and they're going to make this more of a celebration type thing. Right? To celebrate. When you're in an abusive situation like many of these women are for years, she wasn't really in a long-term relationship. That motherfucker had just been in the league, 3-4 years? She really wasn't in that long of a situation. And I think she was clout chasing. So she got with somebody on their way up, she thought he was on his way up, got with him, mammied out. She became a couple nigger bitches, then he two-pieced her. Then, that's when America found out who she was. She was up here struggling, trying to be a swimsuit model or whatever the fuck she is right now. And it wasn't really working out. And then she went on and got with somebody who was halfway famous on the local end. And then his career must not have been going the way he wanted it to go. Next thing you know, boop, boop, boop. He put them paws on her. Now he got a problem. And he needs counseling, and it's always the same shit. How come them motherfuckers don't ever figure out they got problems and they need counseling before they whoop somebody's ass? Why they gotta whoop somebody's ass first and then they figure out they got problems? Nigga, you knew you had problems before you threw that first left hook. But no. It wasn't until right after the mugshot, oh, I think I need to go to counseling. I need some help. Yeah, okay. You try not to go behind the wall with Jamal, because they're going to beat your ass. Once he goes to jail, they're going to beat shit out of him. And I don't know if he's going to go to jail now, because he's just walking around the street now. He ain't in jail. He beat shit out of her, and he got out like the next hour. I don't even know if he spent the day in jail, let alone the night. But anyway. Oh, so, they got this Playboy documentary shit coming out. And, they're going to get to talking greasy about Hugh Hefner. They're going to get to talking greasy about Hugh. One thing that I do know, though, they're not going to stay on Hugh. They're not going to kill Hugh Hefner's legacy with this special. But they're going to try to kill other motherfuckers' legacy with this special, with this docuseries, documentary, whatever the fuck it is. They are going to try to kill some of our people's legacies, some of our ancestors' legacies. Oh, yeah. They're going to do that. Not only that. I just wanted to make sure that was still working. Yeah. That bitch ass W. Kamau Bell did that shit recently with that, we need to talk about Cosby shit. He's become a big loser in that. He should have never did that. Black people didn't like him at all anyway, but he really fucked that up. fucked up the game with that. He went and did a documentary. And you know, the fool ass truth about that, a lot of people don't know this, but that documentary happened. They started that shit and really finished it while Bill was in jail. They did this shit because they thought Bill was never going to get out of prison. So I can't wait to actually watch it because I want to see how fucked up it looks, because they did it as if he was in prison forever. And now that he's out, it's kind of not going to make sense, I guess. So I can't wait to watch it. And, you know, I'll effectively say something after I watch it. Just like I wasn't going to say anything about Brian Flores until I heard that brother speak. It had all been about TV and the interviews of other people until I heard him speak on all those different platforms. Was it yesterday, I believe? Day before? I say, you know, this could be some shit they're just blowing out of proportion. Super Bowl's coming up. They're just trying to keep the NFL right. No, this shit's real deal. This shit's real deal. And now you got all these goddamn owners coming out. John Elway coming out. Fuck him. Fuck John Elway. I never liked John Elway anywhere. He wasn't like one of my favorite guys. He wasn't really on my radar. Fucking played in Denver. Who cares? But now fuck John Elway. And that man spoke from the heart. That man is actually giving up his career. He already said it. I may not coach again. He's like, I may not coach again. So, yeah, fuck all them. But no, the legacy of Hugh Hefner will not be tarnished in this. They're gonna still find a way to make Hugh the hero. What they're going to do is they're going to kill other individuals. And you know who they're trying to attack now? They're trying to attack one of ours. One of our kings. Don Cornelius. And I don't know who's going to stick up for Don, because Don got a lot of people against him right now. His ex-wife was out here fucking around talking shit. And hopefully his son comes up and says something. But they trying to take Don down on some fuck shit, saying that, what was that thing at? Where was that at? Don Cornelius accused of sexual abuse in new Playboy docuseries. So now Don was beating up bitches at the Playboy Mansion. Now Don Cornelius gonna have some shit. They doing everything they can to take the heat off of Hugh, because there's so many people that are waiting to stand in line to say some shit about Hugh Hefner. But, you know, timing is everything. There's former playmates, people that knew former playmates. They all want to talk right now. With this docuseries, this is the time to do the thing. This is the time to do, hey, Surviving the Playboy Mansion. That might be a good podcast, because I bet you could probably could have a whole bunch of people on that motherfucker. I might have just gave somebody an idea. All you want to talk to is people that were affiliated with the Playboy Mansion. Shit's got sold now, so it don't even matter. It ain't the Playboy Mansion no more. But it is what it is. So yeah, looks like we've been on close to an hour, I guess. And I'm just about done. I had a couple things I wanted to talk about, but Don Cornelius, yes, he's being named in the docuseries as an abuser. I want to know if it's actually at the mansion, though. Sounds like they're saying some shit happened at the mansion. I think this is all about the mansion. I don't think he's going to dive into his personal life. I would hope they don't take the time to dive into his personal life talking about Hugh Hefner. Well, either way, it's going to be a curveball. They're going to throw a curveball because they don't want to damage Hugh's fucking reputation. I mean, the fact that he was 90-year-old sleeping with 18-year-olds, okay. You know, I mean, you're fucking 90 and this bitch is 18. What do you say to her? I used to play with your grandfather. What? This motherfucker was fucking 18-year-olds at 90. You sick son of a bitch. Oh, they don't talk about people like that when they're alive. They wait till they die so they can't have any type of real punishment. That's why they hurried up and tried to do something to Bill before he died. And they fucked up, overlooked a vital piece of their case that said, oh, we can't prosecute. Even though, and then they did prosecute. And then they convicted and they sentenced him and they put him in jail. And they're like, oh shit, we got to get him out of jail. Because if Bill would have died in jail, Camille Cosby has all the money in the world right now. She would have had like all the money in the world and some. Because they would have found out it had been wrongful fucking conviction. She would have been able to sue probably the United States federal government. Probably. Yeah. Yep. She would have been able to buy a couple of networks. They say Bill was trying to buy NBC, and that's why they did this. No. A couple bitches were trying to get the bag. That's why this happened. Who's that shit to do with Bill trying to buy NBC? We'll show you, Bill. We'll convict you of sexual assault. We'll show you trying to be a shrewd businessman. Anyways. Oh, and then Angela Rye, she done got fucking hired on ESPN. Why do we need Angela Rye on ESPN? I mean, what's her place in the sports world? Why does Angela Rye need to come into the sports sphere? She's not going to speak up any real shit. She's going to play that middle of the road, milquetoast bullshit, and then try to come out with the black power shit every now and then just to make it look good. But we don't need Huey P. Newtina out on motherfucking ESPN because she spews that middle of the road bullshit too much. She wants to be like straight up pro-black, but she can't be because that's not where the bag is at least the long-term bag. Now, if she had started some podcast and had sports connected to it or something like that, it'd be different. But no, she just went for another job. They're like, oh, she could be like our militant, our resident militant. Have her go, up against people like Emmanuel Acho and shit like that. Jalen Rose and other people like that. Emmanuel Acho, he tries. Jay's real. And they got a couple other brothers on there, that hold it down. But I don't see Angela Rye doing anything to help the black collective. Not one bit. On ESPN. I don't. And I'm ashamed when I talk about people and I don't really know them. But I don't really know this guy, Jay Electronica. And I guess he's really talented. I've just never been a fan of any of his music. Because I don't know any of his music. But I guess he's really, really good. So I guess I need to go listen to some of his music. But I didn't listen to any of his music. And I still got his name come across me. Jay Electronica has Louis Farrakhan's name tattooed on his face. I've got to ask myself before I ask anybody else.
E-Rock Scott.
Excuse me one second. So what possessed him to have Farrakhan's name tattooed on his face? I have no idea. I don't even know if Jay Electronica is in the Nation of Islam. I don't know if he is a Muslim. I don't know what he is. Don't even care. Okay? I don't even care. But the fact that he has his name tattooed on his forehead pretty much means he's in it to win it. So I got to give Jay Electronica at least the credit to say, I ain't never trying to get hired by nobody white. Because that's pretty much what that accounts for. If you go get your face tattooed with Louis Farrakhan's name on it, you're pretty much saying, yeah, fuck y'all. I mean, come on. Louis Farrakhan himself will make people, if you have any type of association with Louis Farrakhan himself will make people want to disassociate themselves with you. So if that makes people want to disassociate themselves with you, you've got to know that if you put Farrakhan on your face and now people see that coming before you come, you're never, ever going to do business with anybody that doesn't like Farrakhan. I'm just telling you. I mean, I'm not sure why he did it. I want to read up on it and find out why he did it. All I got was the picture. And it said, look at this shit. So I looked at it and I was like, okay. And that's why I'm really not really in with Haps and shit, because they took away all those features to be able to put up those shots and things like that. I didn't like that shit. I didn't like that shit when they did the Purple Hearts. And I think the Purple Hearts are gone from what I hear. They're not floating around our heads anymore. I don't even really watch my playbacks, through YouTube anymore. So I don't know if the motherfuckers are there or not. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. But I hope not. But I hated that shit. And yeah, I hated the fact that we can't put those images up the way we used to. Platform was doing just fine until they did whatever the fuck they did with it. I don't know. Supposedly we made us better. I don't like the vertical shit either. I don't like I like landscape. I like portrait. So it is what it is. But this is something that you'll never probably hear. I guess I saved it for last for a reason. Because you'll never, ever, probably ever hear me agree with Candace Owens. And I agreed with something that Candace Owens said. Shocked the shit out of me, just because Candace Owens is so off code. This bitch is off code to the nth degree. And I just said, fuck it. I got to admit when she's at least right. I always admit when she's wrong. So I'm going to admit when she's right. And she was right on this shit. I mean, I don't fuck with Candace Owens 1 degree. 1 degree. But the bitch was right on this one. So, she's all caught up in the whole celebrity dumb shit, and I don't know anything about this other than the fact that I've had my suspicions that Kim is trying to get her kids already roped into the world of the Kardashians versus being roped into the world of being a West, because the kids are a West. The kids are West. But she's going to try to make them Kardashians, and we know what that means. Okay? It's going to be a whole lot of TV exposure for absolutely nothing. I hope her kids don't get into TV the way she got into TV. I hope they know how their mama got famous. And they don't go following in her footsteps. Yeah. Yeah, Chris pimped them girls out. Chris, one of the biggest pimps on the West Coast. They can say what they want to about all them pimps out there in Oakland and San Francisco and LA and up and down the coast. There is not a bigger pimp out there now than Kris Kardashian. Kris Jenner, Kris Kardashian, whatever the fuck she want to be called. I call her Pimp K because the bitch, she got 3 billionaires about the bunch. 3 billionaires. And she getting a little something off of all of them. Don't nobody ever talk about how much money she has. Kim Kardashian's a billionaire. Kylie Jenner's a billionaire. The other one's no. Chris got money. How come we don't talk about Chris's money? Because Chris getting money out the ass of all of them. Yeah, out the ass of all of them. Yep. But I saluted Candace for this statement. Kim is wrong on this one. The psychological effects of social media on a young girl is real and documented. It's actually Kanye that is trying to protect his daughter in this regard, and Kim is spinning this as obsession and control. There are other creative outlets for kids. And then she retweeted, there is no 8-year-old in the world that needs social media. Go color. I like that shit. I like that sarcasm because she's smart. Candace is a smart chick, but she coons so much she gets ignorant. And she gets done with her shit. But that's some true shit. An 8-year-old shouldn't be fucking worrying about no goddamn social media. How big her following is, how many likes she gets, how many loves she gets, whatever. Not 8 years old. Not 8. She's right. Go color. Girl, go get your color inside them goddamn lines. That's what you need to do. Like, love, and follow that. Subscribe to that. Subscribe to the idea of coloring inside the fucking lines. Okay? Gotcha. No goddamn baby up there needing social media. And she gonna put her kids on that in that wheel. And it's gonna be fucked up out here, man. It's gonna be fucked up out here. Because her and Kanye gonna go to war. Kanye got money. See, Kanye got money to fight. See, if she had married a broke motherfucker and he couldn't fight, Kanye can fight. Kanye can fight. And she may be deemed as unfit because she's trying to do shit that, you know, kids probably shouldn't embark on. You know? But Kanye just needs to stay in his kids' lives. I mean, he's not the typical brother that has to deal with baby mama drama, you know, but he ain't got the typical resources that most motherfuckers have to deal with baby mama drama either. Kanye get pissed off and be like, you know what? Get the jet ready. I'm going to get my daughters. That's the way it is. It's not like, you know, I'll be over in a minute. No. Kanye's bringing the brigade, and she knows that. So she's not going to fuck with Ye. No. I don't think so. And I think he burned the whole thing down for his kids. I think Kanye is crazy enough to do that shit. I think he burned the whole thing down for his children. That's that Chicago shit in him. So, yeah, man. But I think I got through all the hashes. I think I did. I don't know. Let's see if I got them back here. Yep, talked about Jay and Pharaoh, Khan, bitch ass Tiki Barber, Jason Whitlock. Yeah, I think I got them all. And I don't think I have anything hanging. Oh, you know what? That I did have. So when I was talking about Barry Bonds, you know, they don't want Barry Bonds to be the number one. They don't want him to be in the Hall of Fame. They don't want him to, I mean, he's got more home runs than Hank Aaron. He's got more home runs than Babe Ruth. But you know what they're trying to do now is they're trying to re-elevate. Now that Hank Aaron is dead, they're trying to reinvigorate that Babe Ruth was one of the greatest athletes of all time, which he was nowhere fucking near. Babe Ruth was a fat motherfucker who played forever and hit a whole bunch of fucking home runs against junior high pitchers. Because if Babe Ruth would have had to go head up with a motherfucker like Satchel Paige, yeah, okay, bitch. Okay. Put Babe and Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson all in the same. Satchel throwing to Josh against Babe. I know their years were all off and shit, so they didn't actually play right at the same times. But if those three motherfuckers would have played, okay, Babe wouldn't have been the home run king, okay? And they know that. They know that Satchel would have struck Babe Ruth's fat ass out. But they don't like to talk about that. But now they want to go, they had a list where they were doing the top 5 greatest athletes of all time. Number 5 was Serena. And number 4 was Tom Brady. Number 3 was supposed to be Barry Bonds, but they want to replace him with Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth being the 3rd greatest athlete of all time. And then they want to replace Muhammad Ali with Floyd Mayweather. See, this is new generation shit. This is why, because we don't protect our shit. We don't protect our shit. Now, think about this. Serena Williams, number 5. Tom Brady, number 4. Babe Ruth, number 3. Muhammad Ali, number 2. They want to trade him out for Mayweather. Mayweather's a coon. I mean, you know, he's done some progressive shit, but he's done a lot of set us back 100-year type shit too. Gucci store incident, that kind of just comes to mind. Now, flipping him, then of course, number 1, always going to be Michael Jordan, okay? So, top 5 greatest athletes of all time. Something strange about this, because if you look on a lot of people's list, out of top 5, you generally don't have a white player. But Tom Brady just retired, so he's going to be listed as one of the top 5 just based on, emotion. Tom Brady was not a great athlete. Tom Brady was a great quarterback, but he was not a great athlete. Tom Brady will tell you that. He ran a 9 flat 40. Nobody fucking cared about how fast Tom Brady ran. They just cared about whether Tom Brady them receivers and won them rings. But that didn't make him a great athlete. That just made him a great quarterback. He was a great quarterback, not a great athlete. They need to stop that shit, okay? Tom was not a great athlete. He was a great quarterback. I wish they'd stop it. So, to put in Mayweather, to take out Muhammad Ali, it's a generational thing. Nobody in their right mind thinks that Mayweather is a better athlete than Muhammad Ali. Now, longevity-wise, he's got the undefeated record and all that shit, okay. But look who he's fought. Look how he's fought. Muhammad Ali lost 3 years of his fucking life and is still regarded as the greatest. Mayweather could have had any 3 years cut out of his career and he'd be selling shoes somewhere. It's not the same. He didn't come up the same way. He didn't have to go through the same shit that Muhammad Ali had to go through. Period. Floyd's great boxer, great entertainer. Hopefully, I can say at the end of his life, he was a great businessman. I hope this motherfucker does not die broke, because they making it seem like he's got a lot of money right now. Like, he's got a lot of money, but then they always say it's tax trouble. He has all kind of shit going on. Hopefully, this motherfucker does not come up one day and like, oh, Floyd Mayweather's losing everything. I hope not. Because it'll just tie into what I'm saying. Like, we don't fuck with each other. Somebody needs to get with Floyd and be like, look, man, you're not going to box anymore. And if you do, you box one time. Okay, you get 100 million, whatever. 50 of it's going to the government. All his shit. See, when they start talking about it, he was needing to fight to get the tax shit money. He had a lot of money. He had a lot of assets. And they didn't want to go for that shit and break that shit down and parcel it out. So they're like, no, just keep fighting. And we'll get this check and we'll get that check and whatever. All that shit got taken care of. But if he was in that position just a few years ago, does he really have all that money? Does he have a lot of shit that's paid off? Who knows? I don't know. I don't even care. I just don't want a motherfucker to die broke. I know motherfuckers that were at the top of their game at one time. They were at the top of the food chain. They were the food chain. And now they ain't shit. Okay? They ain't a motherfucking thing. Motherfuckers out here wearing fake jewelry, fake furs, fake gaiters. See, when you wear real gaiters and then you have to resort to wearing fake gaiters later in life, you made a wrong turn somewhere, buddy. You made a wrong turn somewhere. Motherfuckers say all the shit they want to say about Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson worth more money now than he was when he was boxing. Who laughing now? They was talking all kind of mad shit about Mike. Nah. So I didn't catch that, or I did catch that. Well, you had said that Tim Scott wasn't married. No, it is not going to bridge anything, Monica. It would absolutely not bridge anything. You know, Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth wasn't even athletic. You know, I say, I wasn't gonna go back and forth with motherfuckers on the same 3-4 people every year. They want to talk about they did this, but these motherfuckers I do want to talk about because we don't talk about them enough, and they are so vital in American history, not Black American history, not Freedman history, but American history. Motherfuckers really don't understand, and I appreciate Sister Shanna throwing this up here. Shout out to her. You know, she always kicks that information. It's just vital. But, you know, this brother, he died right here in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Elijah McCoy. He invented the oil dripping cup for trains. Other inventors tried to copy the oil dripping cup, but none other cups worked as well as his. So his customers started asking for the real McCoy, because his name was Elijah McCoy. The real McCoy is somebody's name. That is a freedman's name. And people don't like to talk about that. I guess that's CRT. Then we had Lewis Latimer invented the important part of the light bulb. So we had to put that in there. The important part of the light bulb. The part of the light bulb that if Lewis Latimer hadn't invented the motherfucker, we'd still be sitting around here in the dark. The carbon filament. You've heard about that in a light bulb. If the carbon filament is bad, the light bulb is bad. Lewis invented that, a freedman. John Ernst Matzeliger. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct. John Ernst Matzeliger invented the shoemaking machine that increased shoemaking by 900%. 900%. So if you could make 10 pair of shoes in a day, John created a motherfucking machine to where you can make 90 pair of shoes in a day. Another freedman. He ain't really got a freedman name, it don't really sound like, but I don't know where that name comes from. John Ernst Matzeliger. Garrett Morgan invented the gas mask. I know mask is a sensitive subject with a lot of us right now. Morgan also invented the first traffic signal. Huh? From one end of the pendulum to the other. He invented the gas mask, and then he invented the motherfucking traffic signal. He can save your life through smoke inhalation. And he can keep you from getting fucked up at a 4-way stop. A black man, a freedman. Happy Freedman Month. This month ain't about motherfucking Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Medgar Evers and Rosa Parks. I mean, they helped us through a time where America was just being fucked up to us. But this is about motherfuckers who built America. This month, if you want to talk about this month, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the people that built the Capitol building, the people that built the White House. Slaves. Freedmen. Happy Freedman Month. This ain't Black history. This ain't about no pageant, no dance, no party. no parade you can give us. Motherfucker, we built this bitch. And I'm looking for anybody else to stand up and say, hey, our group built some stuff too. Line it up. I'll line anything up that black people built to anybody else in this country, white people included. There is nobody, no faction of people that's done more to build this country than Freedman. And that was pineapple. It's actually, the vitamin water has been gone. This is just a refill. So I got pineapple working tonight. Whoever asked that said, what flavor of vitamin water is that? We're doing pineapple tonight. I'm actually on water tonight. Water and coffee tonight. When I was on the mic with Dave Malcolm, I had the Peach Crown Royal going in my Good Vibes coffee cup. But tonight, we just going with straight water and a little pineapple flavoring. I'm sure it's artificial, but, you know, whatever. It helps me drink a gallon of water a day. I know that. Y'all drink a gallon of water today? Y'all drink a gallon of water? Y'all drink a gallon of water. See, if I drink 6 of these, I drink a gallon of water. And I drink way more than 6 of them. I do. So it's all good. But yeah, man. What are we 28 minutes from my birthday? I actually could probably hold on, but I got some shit to do. Maybe I'll come back on after I turn 52. Actually, I don't turn 52 technically until 7:26 a.m. That's when I came out. Because I came out early. I was supposed to be born actually on Valentine's Day, but I decided to show up on the 6th. I had some shit to do. I was 8 days early. I had some shit to do. So 7:26 a.m. is technically when I'll be 52 years old. And I actually don't feel 52. 10 years ago, I felt 52. Shit. 15 years, I felt 52. Yeah. But it's all good. I had some new Facebook friends this week. It's pretty cool. People that I've known for a while, and then some that I've met, you know, some freedmen that I met along the route, along the trail. Because that's what we on, baby. We on a trail. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to have to leave a few people by the wayside. But I got one more thing I need to do. And like I said, I might pop back up in here. I don't know. It depends on how I feel after midnight. Appreciate y'all staying with the chat. The eyes on Haps, the eyes on YouTube. I don't know where y'all at. Facebook looks like I had a couple Facebook. Yeah, I had a couple anonymous Facebook users. Monica was one of them. I think Kyra stepped in there. Appreciate you keeping the chat moving, free, letting people know when I had to get up and go. Actually, I only had to move one time, so it wasn't bad. But y'all be good. What we got? Not only that. We ain't done. Freedman on fire. We ain't done. We got some other things we got to do. I've already got my next guest pre-lined up. Don't really want to talk about it right now until they totally solidify. And then I actually going to be talking to somebody about they're writing a book, and they want to hear my story. That's interesting. Hopefully they got some time and something to drink. I'll have some weed, but you know, whatever. Y'all be good, and I'll holler at you. Thanks, Free. One love.